Well, hello everyone. I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. See my dahlias? I have a lot of dahlias in my garden this year, so I'm going to hopefully get to show you some of them. I think I've got most of them weeded so we can see them. And usually when I come out here every week, I get to take at least 2 or 3 vases full of flowers back, but these are from my mom. So let's get started with the garden tour. Okay, ta-da! That is my row of dahlias. My first row of dahlias, actually. It's way down at the end of my garden. None of them are blooming. Over by the water tank. So, I believe these are the red ones from my neighbor. That's what they look like because you can see it has like red veins on them. Pretty sure they're all that way. Oh, look, they're finally blooming. They're close to it, yep. See, there they are. And I'm pretty sure they're all the same because it was just dahlias I put in the ground. I think it was in May I put them in the ground. But they take like super long time. So that's the first row. I'll go look at the second row because I can't remember. I think I planted this one a couple of days after the other one. So let's go check the other one on the other side of the tank. See, that one is, I think it's kind of at the same time. That poor dahlia got smushed because I was putting in fence posts. I'll turn around and show you in a minute. Yeah, because here, look. This one has, there it is. So that's my first row of dahlias. So just a minute, I'll turn you around. So that's the flowers I just showed you right there. I just turned around. So this is the sunflower. I think it was growing somewhere in the tomato patch. I'm going to show you in a second. I moved it here. If I can remember, I'm going to actually attach it because sunflowers have a bad habit of tipping over. So, yep. See, there it did already. I'm too late. Look at that. But I may see if I could just tie it up. Look, it's all too late, but maybe I can just tie up this one section. It'll be all right. But over here, which is where I was before, these are my tomatillos. And these are the cages that come from Dollar Tree. I think it was like I don't know what you call it, that you would take the cloth and cardboard containers and put them in there. And you could make 2 cages from the package. So I did that. Okay, these are the tomatoes. Yes, I know they need to be tied up, but they literally didn't look like anything on Monday when I came here, and it is now Saturday, and because it's rained, it's insane. But these are the indeterminate ones. That's why they're so like ridiculously tangled up. But that's all right. It's raining today, so I'm not touching them. But I will tie them up tomorrow. Hopefully when it's not raining, they'll be drier. Those are determinate, and I have many, many varieties of tomatoes. So if I can remember, next time I come through here, I'll go a little bit slower and I will share with you all the varieties I have. There's another row over there. Let's see. This row here is more indeterminates. And then the very end row right there that you see, those are all determinates. Most of them are the Mariana variety. So my goal was to do like mostly paste tomatoes this year. And I think I accomplished that. I have probably close to 100, so I can actually make sauce. And then I also share some with my daughter-in-law too. So I have cabbages in here. Oh, look at this one. And wow, it's probably almost big enough. And then it's kind of hard to tell, these are pole beans, but they're dry beans. They're like the big black ones, but probably like that big. And I put it to climb up my fence because the fence is doing nothing. I may as well put it to good use, right? So we have that. Let's see. These are all cherry tomatoes. All of these tomatoes that you see right here, they're all different kinds of cherry tomatoes. don't think I have a couple. Looky here. I bought the seed bags to save the seeds, so I'll be back out with that. This is either broccoli or cauliflower, but there's a bunch. They have done absolutely nothing. They've been planted since, like, I don't know, May. They have done nothing but grow. Like, they did nothing. Like, they weren't even this big. This is all within a week. It grew this much. Kind of crazy, if you ask me. It's another tomato. I think this is the patio tomato, and it looked pretty sad when I came here because I think that one didn't make it. And that one is also a patio tomato. There's another one, and it's another one. Not sure what kind this is. Let's see if I can figure it out. I don't want to dig too much around here. I do not see a label, but I'm not gonna fuss with them too much just because it's wet. Some more cabbage, or no, broccoli. I think down the other way I have more. Some more, again, beans up against the fence. Some more. Oh wow, all of these cherry tomatoes are blooming. Oops, I did not get my seed bags soon enough. Oh look, there's another cabbage that's almost ready. Ooh, cool. There's 2 of them. Look at that. Oh look, there's even a red cabbage. Look at that. Oh, I'm excited. I've been waiting for cabbage. I prefer cabbage over lettuce. And then this is amaranth. I grew 2 last year, and then they went to seed, and so now I have extras. Here's some more. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna pick it and put it with my flowers. But here's some more. They're all growing cabbages finally. I think it's just because it's cooler. It's been like 100 degrees. It's so crazy. This is my favorite flower, the balsam. So, and in here, I put more. I think these are cauliflowers. It's really hard to see, but you can see the cauliflower over there. There's some more up there. This is peppers. I'll go through that in a little bit. Okay, so here's some more. This is blueberries and cream. It's a indeterminate. These are some Marianas going through here. Let me see if I can walk down. I think one of these actually had a tomato. You see, I did cardboard boxes instead of doing plastic. I would prefer to do that. I just grow way too much that I can't do all cardboard. So it would be a nice thought. I just can't afford to buy cardboard. And I collected cardboard all year to do this, and I still don't have enough. All right, down here, over here, I had some tomatoes that I got the other day, like last week, I think. Doesn't look like I have any more. But that's all right. Everything is just starting to blossom now, so. Oh, here. These are tomatillos that we had at the fence at the beginning of the other one. But I don't look like I have any green tomatoes yet. Oh, right. Okay, so we'll go over here. So that was our first row that I was showing you at the very beginning. And then this is right here. See this row, this row, this row, and the one that's covered. I planted carrots at the very beginning in May. This is the only row that came up. But I planted these 4 rows over 3 times. This is the only one that actually took the 3rd time. So this is my 4th attempt. This one now has carrots. The weeds you see aren't carrots. It's just weeds, I think. But there are some carrots in here that you can see, like little sticky stuff over there. And then this is the only row of carrots. I think these are these white carrots? I'm not sure. These are either yellow or white carrots. I can't remember. And then these are going to be pole beans right here. And then these, I just planted these. These are orange carrots. So I'm hoping that they actually get something. I'm tired of trying to grow carrots. You can see the beans kind of popped out of the ground there. This is, you can see it here. Look at that. The peas came out even though I covered them up. I planted 3 rows of peas. There's a second one. There's a third one. That row right there didn't do very well, so I replanted it. I'm gonna go over here. I planted some more dahlias. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna have to throw some dirt over this. I don't know how that happens. It's like you cover it up and then it like, I don't know. Some more here. Okay. come on. Not really dressed to be in the garden today, but it's another row of dahlias like right here. I don't remember what kind this is. I think that it's yellow, or is it red? I don't remember. And then those two are red. This is my second favorite flower, but it's been chewed to pieces. And look, I have wanted for years to get one of those. I already forgot the name of it. But it's supposed to be extremely good for like cucumber, to keep rid of the cucumber beetles and all that good stuff. So that's one of the reasons I want it, but I really like it. It's beautiful. All right, we have some more dahlias. These looked really bad. Of course, the weed pile, hold on. The weed pile was kind of overloading, but they looked really bad because they were so buried in weeds. There's some more right there. These are, right here, all of the dahlias that my son and his wife, my grandson, gave me. It's like these ones down here at the end. Those are all from them. Aren't they pretty? They're just like pink. And this one, I think this one's actually mine, but they're so pretty. All right, and this is something that hasn't gotten weeded yet. I don't know if you can tell, like that is sweet potatoes. A lot of my sweet potatoes died because we had a storm go through here. It ripped up the plastic and ripped my sweet potatoes out. It was very discouraging. It's my blueberry patch, is hard to see. My mint patch that really needs to get trimmed. Ooh. All right. This is some more dahlias. They were dead looking when I came Monday. Monday when I was here. Now look at them, they're all green. Need to be weeded a little bit, but look at that. I didn't weed them because I would just have pulled them out because the ground was so dry. There's some more. They're so pretty. Like my new favorite flower. That's the tree that fell down. And we were just gonna like toss it out of the garden, but my dad said that it should finish ripening up the apples, and then we'll actually get the apples off the tree. Because this tree right here also did the same thing. It fell, unfortunately. So I'm gonna take you over here. That's a lot of weeds, but for a couple of things over here. Like there's some more flowers in here. Like you can see some dahlias down there. And there's some calla lilies right there. These, I forget what the name of these flowers are. I got them from Dollar Tree a couple years ago. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Or no, there's 2. And then after that, we just planted, like you did tiny little seeds off the gladiolas, and I just dumped them in those 2 rows right there. And then the gladiolas are up there. And I'll show you on the other side of gladiolas. That's what the tree did. It's very sad. The only problem is that was on my potato planting space. So those are the peas that I showed you before. View of the other side of the blueberries. This was a kohlrabi row, but I don't know about you. Or is it kohlrabi's or is it? Yeah, it is. But excuse me. The weather here was terrible, so very few actually came up. So replanted with bush beans. Tomatillo decided to grow there. And some more kohlrabis with some more beans. These are bush beans, but I think they're green. There's some more beans. These ones are purple. And there's 2 turnips, which are almost ready to come out. So I just planted over the turnips because they're going to come out anyway. So I'll just pull those when the beans need the space. And if you look at it, it's close to needing to come out anyway. So, and then these are the beets. And I think these are yellow beans in here. They're yellow or purple. I don't remember bush beans in here. So those are going to have to, the beets will come out when the beans get bigger. And this is my 3 sisters. So I have sweet corn. Don't remember the name of the sweet corn. My cousin gave me the seeds for it. And I don't remember. It's an open pollinated one, so I can seed save them. But these pumpkins are whatever variety I could find. I just dumped them all in there. And you can see there's beans. So we have the beans, the pumpkins, and the corn for the Three Sisters garden. So these ones are gonna have to go in there. I'll probably move them when I come next time. I'm not gonna move them today. It's raining and I'm not gonna mess with anything. Oh, but I was gonna talk about one thing. Let's see, the soap. So we're chipmunks and they eat the beet. They leave the green, but they eat the underneath. So we did soap last year and it worked fairly well. So you'll see one there. And then there's one over there. And I also did it for the kohlrabi. Okay, this is the other side of the Three Sisters. I have my sunflower row. These sunflowers, my daughter-in-law got me for my birthday last year, I think it was. They bought me mammoth sunflowers. So, and I use the sunflowers to feed my animals. So, some more, let's see. This is southeast. There's sweet onions. And then these ones over here are the red ones. There aren't as many in there. But this just got weeded, that's why it's so sparse. Same thing with this one. There's some in there. And here, this is a row of zinnias. Just planted a row of zinnias in here. And then we tried to plant a row of marigolds because I was just gonna take them out and plant them in here because, you know, I got one, even though I planted a whole row. That doesn't make any sense. And over here we planted a row of nasturtiums and they're doing really well. And cosmos. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of these nasturtiums out and plant them in there because I didn't get any marigolds. This is my potato patch because I couldn't plant over there. This was supposed to be my cabbage patch. No, that was supposed to be my cabbage patch. But the tree fell over, so now I don't get that. And I wasn't going to plant the potatoes here. I was actually going to plant them in... It's kind of a long story. I was going to plant them somewhere else, but they're here. So there we go. And we planted these 2 weeks ago, and it was so dry. I didn't think I was going to get anything, but since it's rained, you can see them popped up. I mean, we can weed through here and it'll be fine, but this is, let's see, Swiss chard. I believe these are turnips. And I don't know if you can tell right there. I believe that was spinach or kale or something to that effect, but it went to seed because it's been like 100 degrees every day. It's ridiculous. So another row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of onions and leeks. I don't know which is which. Actually, I think the leeks are probably down there. But I don't really care. The idea was just getting them in the ground. And I weeded them once and I mulched them. Probably just need to go through and do it again. But they're extremely easy to weed, so that's like the least of my problems. All right, let's turn over here. These are my peppers. These are the hot peppers. I have 2 rows of hot peppers. And some of them are missing. I have some more to put in there. These are my sweet peppers. And then right down there, it's a tomato. I have no idea what kind it is. It's gonna be a surprise. And then over here, you'll see I have a bunch of dahlias, but most of them aren't labeled. I believe this one might be labeled, but it's a fairly big sized one. And then this is morning glory. Is it more? No, it's beans. But they climbed up the fence. That's what kind of gave me the idea to do it the other spot. But it just looks so beautiful. Over here you'll see my mom's onions, and then those are my mom's Mariana. That's celebrity tomatoes. Those are Mariana's, but you can see her tomatoes are loaded. And then I have some New Yorks at the end. When I get there, I'll show you. And then a sunflower because we had, what do you call it? There was a gap in her onions between the 2 colors. So I just did a sunflower. I believe that's the mammoth sunflower. I have another one of these. It's so pretty. It's just too bad it's kind of a weed. And there's some more here. I have to show you these dahlias. Aren't they gorgeous? There's like a bunch of them. They're so pretty. And then there's this, I mean, look at that. It's like the size of my hand. There's so many. It's okay. These are the New York tomatoes. Let's see if I can find. There's some in here. See, they're coming. The Mariana's are definitely bigger. This one actually died off on me, and then it like grew back. I was kind of surprised. I don't understand why it did that, but my mom's carrots and her beets, she just put soap in her. So hopefully, because she found chipmunks in her garden yesterday. The beans, bush beans, can over there. You can't really tell, but the onions go all the way to see where those flowers are right there. And they also go right there. You can kind of see at the other end when I get you. I'll show you over there. But they kind of went all the way over there. See, here's her soap. It smells like a shower out here. It's my cosmos. They come back every year. I never plant them. They just come back every year. So these are some more of the dahlias. This is a named one, but I'm not going to go digging in it this year just because this time because it's wet. But I will go through and do a dahlia tour, and I'll show you all of the different kinds that I have. I'm just not doing it today because it's wet. I'm just out here because I haven't been here for days. But here, this is a friend of my mom's. She gave me these. I do not know what they're called. So if you know, please let me know. But I have lots of them. Like there's like 6 or 8 of them here. They're all that same color. And here's some more. They're smaller. Not sure what you call them. One unfortunately didn't make it. And this one is, I think this is like, it's a red one, looks like. Yeah, it happens. But some yellow ones. I have a white one somewhere. Yeah, this one here is white. There aren't any blooming. There's a bunch of sad looking ones. It's just been so dry. That's what happens when isn't that beautiful? Like, you really can't complain about that, right? Calla lilies. I have a couple in here. I can't remember if these are ones I started or if I just bought them at Aldi. I don't remember. Can't remember everything. There's some more of those from my mom's friend. And then there's a couple more. Let's see, none of them are blooming, but I think it's just, they bloomed quite a bit and I picked them. And this is like the second flush and I haven't really come back yet. But I was going to show you this. These are my gladiolas. Like I weeded 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of them. And then I think there's like 4 more rows. This is the weeds that you couldn't see. You can see over there. Over there, you'll see the dahlias in the apple tree. There's the apple tree. So you can kind of get, this is the other side of it. On the other side of the weed patch. But there's 4 rows right there. And I will get those weeded probably either tomorrow or sometime this week. And then everything in my garden's pretty much weeded, I think. But that's kind of cool. But these, they were supposed to be, I picked up some blue ones because I wanted to grow blue flowers for my mom. That's kind of what started all the flowers. It's her fault. Not really. They came out purple. I'm like, stop saying they're blue. But here's some more. I just planted a bunch of random flowers in here. That was a wildflower set. So there's like, I forget what they're called, like blanket flowers, bachelor buttons. And there's a couple dahlias in front. I don't know if you can really tell. Yeah, like here's a dahlia. There's one. And then there's one under that. I should probably dig that out. Because these are morning glories. And I'm going to put them up on I have a fence. Again, I'm not touching much because it's wet. But here you can see the bachelor buttons over there that kind of fell over there. But they're really pretty. But isn't that cool? It's just like, I love wildflower mixes. Most people are like, not me. I love them. But here, look at how big the onions are. Look at that. They're growing really well despite the fact that they were probably not taken care of as well as I could have. And somewhere in here, I have a thing of cilantro. But I never can remember where it is. And every once in a while I see it and I'm like, oh, I'll mark it. I'll remember. Yeah, right. Don't believe yourself when that happens. You won't remember. All right. So here's some more. Yeah, see, there's some more in there. I'll move those. when I come in. Oh, look, here's Flower of the Hour, I think it's called. Look at that. I see them every once in a while. So where did my cilantro end up? Wow, look at the onions. This is so cool. They're like fairly big. So this is definitely an onion row. And I know that's an onion row. These must be leeks. Where's my label? So it should be on this end. Let's see. Patterson onions. This is what these are. And this one is, let's see. Woo! I think. Oh, these are Patterson onions too. Oh, there. No, those. Maybe the leeks are in the middle. I don't know. You know, it really doesn't matter because I'm not pulling anything until later. Like, I don't really care. They're just growing. That's the whole point, right? I can't really tell what are the leeks and the onions because actually these. Oh, see right there. There's a label and it says leeks. So these are leeks. They do look a little bit different. Like the leaves are like flatter, more like blades of grass, versus the onion. They're kind of like a circle-y looking thing. But anyway, there's kind of my garden tour. Kind of. That is my garden tour. And considering the fact that I haven't done one in a very long time, you're welcome. Maybe I'll get back in the habit again, but yeah, don't bet on it.